When the executives and their teams combined their visions, the next step was to spread MIO to all departments within the company. Everything depends on planning. If there's good planning, everything else will just fall into place. I'm lucky that in the beginning, the top 3 management levels helped me with planning. It just makes everything easier. They help support me and help recruit staff to the MIO training.
I discussed with Mr. Patanashai that HR wasn't going to be able to handle this alone. They needed to set up a team and come up with a contingent plan. So we set up a committee which we named KimCom. The committee consisted of top management from companies under Chayaboon Brothers Group and a third party that is involved in implementing new innovations. As a result, HR acted as an assistant to this committee, and when the plans finally reached the committee, it was easier to navigate the process implementing MIO. We broke down MIO theories and separated each of them by topic. In doing this, we are able to see clearly what we have done and what we needed to do. We use these documents as reference. This way, we always knew where we were with the implementation and what we still needed to do. The top management, together with the lead team, select a group of staff to join the training program. The goal was to create internal corporate trainers to help instruct 100% of the staff within the organization. The selected staff needs to be a positive person, kind and outgoing, and have strong interpersonal skills. The internal trainers were selected from 3 departments. The first group is from the management committee. The second group is from the welfare committee and other representatives of the staff. The third group is from the team of MIO trainers, who are highly specialized and have a professional background in teaching. When the approved list of names was accepted, it became my duty to invite them to be our trainers. They usually asked, "Why pick me?" How can it be me? I am only a single staff member. How can I be an effective trainer?
I'm not a funny or talkative person. Usually I speak in short sentences.
I was afraid when I was selected. How could I understand the theories behind MIO and be expected to convey this knowledge to my colleagues? The team of trainers are the important driving mechanism in this whole project. I had to work very hard to get them involved with this project and drive this organization forward. The training course for trainers ran for 2 days. At first, I wanted them to start working with the other staff right away, but there are only a few trainers who had a background in teaching. They asked if they could practice first, so we agreed that we give them 2 weeks to prepare. But when the 2 weeks were up, many of them still struggled. When you teach someone a completely new topic, you need to be confident in order to teach it effectively. So at the end of the course, we set aside 1 month more for everyone to get prepared to train others.
Did HR doing that job affect your production line's output?
The production line workers know their duties. If they had an urgent job, they will go back to work. When they are free from work, they will get back to the class. We don't make them sit in class all day. If you look at it as an investment, it is considered worthwhile. It is like arming your staff with intelligence. If enough time is given to build the best team of instructors, it would help improve 100% of our staff. I trained them for everything so that they can be effective at training their colleagues. Everything must be on time. They need to really understand everything.
We got better after practicing. We are working on our positive thinking. The more we practice, the more proficient we became at achieving mindfulness. My trick is to watch stand-up comedy on YouTube. I like to observe my techniques, how they interact with the audience and stay stress-free. I practice with myself all the time, even when I'm driving. I just talk to myself.
I practice with the mirror or sometimes with my cat.
You talk to your cat?
Yes, I make my cat listen. When we are in the training room, everyone will listen attentively and help give suggestions. We all help encourage each other, like, พี่แก้ว you did really well, or พี่ใหม่ great job. Some terms we also had to change to make it more suitable for the company. Words such as meditation. Now we say, make your heart and mind as one. Make your mind peaceful instead. When I receive constructive criticism, I use it for further self-improvement. When things have gone well, it is because of the team's dedication to following the directions of our instructors perfectly. คุณพัฒนาชัย always comes to observe the training classes himself. He listens to our choice of words and analyzes the slides that we use. He is very nice and always stops in to ask questions, making sure we know what we are doing, and reiterates the importance of our hard work. He said we should know more than our colleagues in order to train them efficiently.
When it was my first time being on stage, I was so nervous. It was my first public speaking too.
I have limited knowledge, and I wasn't sure if my colleagues would listen to me. I was very excited and scared. My hands were all cold.
I forgot what I had to say and didn't know what to do. My hands were shaking, so I told a joke. I always tell joke when I'm nervous. As I held the microphone, I said that I was shaking so bad that I thought it was my mobile phone vibrating. That made everyone laugh, and when I heard laughter, I continued, mindfulness brings wisdom. I went into a metaphor. When there's mindfulness, dogs won't bite. But without mindfulness, you'll be fighting with the dog. The audience really liked what I said and gave me a huge round of applause.
After the first course finished, people started to talk about it to others, such as the course is fun.
I was so surprised to see all the trainers performing well. If I was asked to give scores, I would give them all 10 out of 10s. I think the MIO project is different from other training courses. It's different from all the other courses I have taught, even with the large number of training courses offered rather than being one focus on existential issues. This time it is focused more on inner self-training. I saw that after the staff attended the course, they all said that it was an impressive and great opportunity. Then they said that they will go on to tell others to join, explaining that everyone should really try not to miss this great opportunity and so on. After all the training courses are finished, the next thing we aim to do is to make MIO a way of life in our organization's culture. I adopted the MIO program to be part of the foundation of our organization's work culture. What does culture mean? In my organization, culture means habit. Therefore, I have to keep the organization's habit in check. You can't change a habit overnight. You need to keep reminding others and insisting that people practice it to be sure. Every morning at 8:45 a.m., I will ask everyone to sit in silence and practice meditation for 3 minutes. At 1:15 p.m., I will ask them to do it again. And one more time at 4:45 p.m. for another 3 minutes before they leave. They also meditate before and sometimes after meetings as well. When people start meditating, it often becomes part of their normal routine. Now each hour, we play the soothing sound of a piano to help remind them when it is time to start. Slowly, they begin programming themselves into this habit. Once you do it every day, it will become a company's workplace culture and eventually an individual's habit. After it took some time to implement mindfulness into the company, on the hour we hear a piano play which helps to remind the staff to be mindful. It's something we took from the bell sound. so that it does not represent any religion but is more universal. As for our staff who are of all religions, they work together in happiness. This project should have been done long time ago so that we could have learned it earlier. Before, when we attended meetings, we just sat there and listened without really absorbing any information. But after MIO was brought into the company, we started meditating before meetings, and that helps us to be able to understand things in a more orderly manner. We are now able to differentiate what is important and what is not.
My mind used to be like a monkey, moving around all the time. I would always pile up my work. But now I am better at prioritizing and planning.
Sometimes when I drive and someone would flash their lights at me, I would get frustrated. But now I don't feel that way anymore. I just move out of their way. Sometimes my boss can be very picky. I always tell myself that it could be worse. Since MIO was introduced, I realized that my boss is perfect. If you ask me why, I would tell you that it is because of his high standards. How else will we move forward with our boss who is observant? When I meet my customers, I wear a shirt with a logo, Sati. Both my Thai and foreign customers ask me what is its purpose, so I take the opportunity to explain the concept of mind over matter, and everyone likes the idea. Now my customers are getting more interested to practice mindfulness, so I sent my training team over to them. In the future, I am happy to exchange knowledge and open up our organization for people who want to understand and implement MIO.